Every car you could reasonably want or buy costs $40,000. Mookie here, and I just wanted to hop on here, do a quick video about something I kind of realized. I've kind of always known this for cars. In the general range of consumer vehicles that like everyone can get, I can get having a less than six-figure income. You can get having like an entry-level six-figure income, or somebody with a two-job household, somebody who's just starting off working their first job, right? Like there's a lot of different options. There's all kinds of different, from the smallest small, from the Mitsubishi Mirage all the way up to a 911 GT3 RS. There's all kinds of different options when it comes to obviously cars, right? That's just ranging from $16,000 all the way to $160,000 to now $2 to $3 million, depending on what car you're looking at. Recently I saw that there was like a $2.1 million electric vehicle, the Rimac electric car. $2 million for an electric car. It goes like 0 to 60 in like 1.6 seconds. Jesus. But with that being said, there's kind of a misnomer when it comes to certain things with vehicles. Like, unless you're buying a used car cash, like from Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, unfortunately, there's really no way around paying $40,000 either upfront, over time, or at the end of purchasing a vehicle. For a couple examples, let's start with the Model 3 Tesla, one of the most popular vehicles in America today, maybe even over in the world. In lieu of another price cut with the Model 3, after tax incentives is $32,000, right? Now you're thinking, okay, that's not $40,000, that's $32,000, that's $8,000 difference. Well, shut up. Shut up! $32,000 with loans and rates at the highest that they've ever been. People not getting lower than 5 to 4%, maybe 3% if you're at schools first. Navy Federal could probably give you a better rate. But let's say your average person, you're getting 5% rate with your new Model 3. At $32,000 at 5%, somebody do the math. This is what you're going to be paying at the end of your loan. Right here. And that should be in and around or closer to $40,000 at the end of your loan. So not when I purchase, not over time, but at the end of your loan, you're paying about $40,000. So there's number one, right? That's a $32,000 that ended up being $40,000. And you're thinking, well, look, I don't really like all that electric jazz. What if I just want a Honda Civic Si? It's a $25,000 vehicle. Okay, cool. Absolutely it is. It's a $25,000 vehicle. Now, let me tell you this about that Model 3 again, kind of just to hammer home that point. Now, the Model 3, you're not going to pay for gas. So what you're really paying for that vehicle is obviously like the zero to little maintenance on that vehicle, because there's no engine. The electrics don't really require that much. That's also a lie, but talk about that later. Wonderful. Now, for your Honda Civic Si, it is going to cost you. It's going to cost you oil changes. It's going to cost you tires, obviously. I mean, the Tesla will too, but not less often, but just including that in. The SI is going to cost you oil changes, gas. It's going to cost you things that may fail in the engine, things that you might want to change, whatever the case may be. There's going to be a lot of daily, if not weekly, charges involved with owning like a Civic Si as opposed to an electric vehicle or a Model 3. Now, let's say you commute not very far for work, or the things you do, you don't do this stuff that often, you only go out on the weekends. All right, that's cool. Well, gas is at about $5 a gallon right now, so you'd probably be spending, I'd say, anywhere from $50 to $100 a week on gas. I mean, that's what I spend, and I live in my car, and I spend kind of more than that on gas, and that's living in my car, being able to park outside of work, being able to park and sleep outside of my gym or wherever I want to be, and that's still a lot of gas. Surprisingly enough, you still end up spending a lot in gas, significantly less, but still a lot of gas. So let's say $50. Okay, let's say you only go out on the weekends. Otherwise than that, you're working from home. I don't know, but let's say you only go out on the weekends. $50 in gas, right? $50 in gas over 4 weeks, a month, right? $200. So $200 over times 12. Is $2,400. So that means $2,400 a year times, let's say, your 5-year loan, because nobody who buys a Honda Civic Si gets like gets a 36-month loan. They all get 72-month or 60-month because they're poor and they can't afford it.
Hey, Craig, your family get you that jacket at Walmart or Kmart?
What are you talking about?
Nothing, dude. It's cool. I mean, we would tell your parents to shop at nicer places, but Your mom is so poor she can't even pay attention.
So let's say, you get the 50 month or you get 5 years, whatever. So you get 5 years. Now you're paying $25,000 a month. Let's say no interest. You're paying about $400 a month, like 400, maybe a little bit higher than that. Maybe 350. I can't do mental math, so bear with me here. All the correct numbers Kevin will put on the screen. So let's say about $350 a month. Now you add the $2,400 on top of that, so that's now $200 a month. So that's $200 on top of the $350. So now you're paying $550 a month for that vehicle, not including services, just gas. So it's $550 a month. Now $550 a month, going back to that Model 3, the Model 3 for the $32,000 Model 3, it's about $480 to $500 a month. So now you're already at the cost of what it would have cost for you to finance the Model 3, as we discussed, a $40,000 vehicle at the end of the loan. It's now the same cost as a $25,000 Honda Civic. See where I'm getting that $40,000 from? For a $25,000 Honda Civic, you're going to be in gas, in maintenance, in everything, in monthly payment, all just to drive the car. I'm not talking about insurance. I'm not talking about definitely fixing it. Something bad happens. Obviously that's different. I'm just talking about, oil change. Well, really that, just oil change and gas. Cause that's what keeps you going every single day, right? What keeps the electric vehicle going? Like maybe $15 at a supercharger. If you have solar panels, way less than that. So I'm not really going to count that because it's kind of pennies compared to everything else. And it's not going to put your car on a whole nother range of purchase for the vehicle. So you're going to be paying $40,000 for a $25,000 car because you're already at a payment, technically, of a $40,000 Model 3. And then now we look at some other cars and say, oh, well, there's other cars that are $30,000 and then they are also gas cars. So now guess what? Now you're over $40,000, but you're still striking at that range. Just using those very different vehicles, a Model 3 that's a $30,000 car and a $25,000 Honda Civic Si, you could already see that no matter what gap you try to bridge, where you try to save, you're going to be paying $40,000 for a car. So now the question becomes, what car do you want to pay $40,000 for? Do you want to pay $40,000 for an electric vehicle like a Model 3? Do you want to pay $40,000 for a Honda Civic Si? Do you want to pay $40,000 for a Toyota Corolla? Do you want to pay $40,000 for a Volkswagen Jetta? Do you want to pay $40,000 for a Audi A4 or Audi A3? Do you want to pay $40,000 for a Toyota Prius? Do you want to pay $40,000 for a used Toyota Prius? Do you want to pay $40,000 to $60,000 for a brand new Toyota Prius? You see what I'm getting at? I believe that we're always within a 10-year cycle of, or probably 6 to 10-year cycle of vehicles going from a predetermined median price range to a higher predetermined median price range.
You what?
Anywho, I was trying to keep this short, trying to keep it sweet. I just really wanted to break that down. We're always within this 10-year period of this median price of vehicles. I feel like 10 years ago, there was a means to where you're between about $25,000 and $35,000. That if you're buying a $15,000 vehicle, you're probably paying $20,000 to $25,000 because more than likely, if you can only afford a $15,000 vehicle, you didn't have the credit to support getting a good enough rate. But the opposite is not the opposite, but a different truth is that no matter your credit, it's the climate that we're in. It's the inflation and opportunity cost that's driving up the price of no matter what vehicle you buy. You're sacrificing not the luxury, but you're sacrificing the ability to negotiate your lifestyle. So as opposed to with your food, right? You can negotiate your lifestyle with your food. I can eat healthier. I can eat less. Eat different. I can go vegetarian and just buy vegetables. I can go carnivore. Now all I pay for is meat. I don't buy any other accoutrements, anything other. I don't buy soda. Okay, I've cut out soda, caffeine, blah, blah, blah. I only drink water everywhere. It's like there's different things you can do that with your living situation. Okay, I'll live smaller and smaller and smaller. I'll live studio apartment. I'll live in my car, smaller, smaller, smaller. But with your vehicle, with that purchase, such a huge purchase that people make in their lives, unfortunately, it doesn't feel like there's a way to skimp out, essentially. And if that sounds like something that scares you, if that sounds like something that you're just well, I can afford a $40,000 car. I just want a $17,000 Honda Civic, right? Base model. Or I want a $19,000 Toyota Corolla. Or I want a $17,000 Nissan Versa. Well, guess what? Unfortunately, either at purchase, over time, or at the end of the loan, you're gonna be paying $40,000. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Please do not forget to subscribe and do not forget to leave a comment letting me know what car you would actually be willing to spend $40,000 on, even if the price tag isn't there. I'll see you guys in the next one.